Welcome back to the Lone Road iRacers podcast, the show where we dive into the corners of the iRacing world that don't always get the spotlight they deserve. I'm your host, Guy Robertson, and today we're talking about one of the most chaotic, adrenaline-fueled forms of motorsport on the service, Rallycross. If you've been avoiding Rallycross because it's intimidating or niche, stick around. By the end of this episode, I'm confident you'll be itching to dump into Subaru WRX STI or Volkswagen Beetle and kick up some dirt, so let's dig in. Let's start with the basics. Rallycross is the love child of circuit racing and rallying. It's short, intense and combines two very difficult surfaces, dirt and asphalt. This dual surface format means you're constantly adapting your driving style. 1 second you're gripping on tarmac, the next you're sliding through dirt hairpins. It's controlled chaos. Races are typically 4 to 6 laps, making them short and action-packed. And don't even get me started on the Joker lap, a single longer route that every driver has to take once during the race. It's a strategic wild card that can make or break your race. On iRacing, this means mastering Rallycross isn't just about speed, it's about control, timing and strategy. The intensity is amplified by the close quarters racing, with cars jostling for position through tight turns and over jumps. It's a discipline that demands razor sharp focus, which makes every race an exhilarating challenge. Rallycross is undeniably fun, but it also has its challenges. For starters, the cars are a handful. They're short wheelbase, turbocharged beasts that can feel twitchy compared to the stability of a GT3 car. Mastering them requires patience, precise inputs, and a willingness to embrace chaos. Then there's the issue of community. Let's be honest, the Rallycross grids on our iRacing aren't as full as we'd like, unlike GT3 or Formula Racing, which have massive followings. Rallycross often struggles to attract players. This creates a feedback loop. Fewer races mean, guess what? Fewer races, which discourages new players from joining. It's a challenge that Rallycross community has been trying to overcome for years. And finally, there's the learning curve. The combination of dirt and tarmac plus the aggressive nature of Rallycross racing can be daunting. New players often find themselves spinning out or struggling to keep up. But trust me, once you've got the hang of it, it's one of the most rewarding experiences on iRacing. Perseverance pays off and the sense of achievement is unmatched. So why should we care about Rallycross? What makes it worth your time? First off, it's accessible. Races are short, usually lasting 5 to 10 minutes. If you've got a busy schedule and can't commit to an hour-long endurance race, Rallycross is for you. You can jump into a race, have an adrenaline-packed battle and be done in less than time than it takes to watch a TV episode. Second, the tracks are dynamic. iRacing's dirt modelling is phenomenal, and a Rallycross showcases it beautifully. The dirt evolves throughout the race, creating a changing landscape that demands adaptability. Each lap feels different and no two races are the same. This keeps the racing fresh and engaging. Thirdly, Rallycross hones skills that translate into all types of racing. Car control, quick decision making and adapting to track conditions are invaluable, no matter what you're driving. These are transferable skills that will make you a better sim racer overall. And finally, it's just plain fun. The close quarters racing, dynamic slides and strategic joker laps make for thrilling edge of your seat action. The unpredictable nature of these races means you're always in for a wild ride. But what could iRacing do to boost Rallycross? First, we need more tracks. Rallycross fans imagine having iconic circuits like Liddon Hill or Holgers on the service. These venues are legendary in the real-world rallycross scene and would add a ton of variety. Expanding the track roster would attract new players and keep the current community engaged. Secondly, we need more cars. The current lineup is solid, but adding older rally legends of more manufacturers could draw in fans of classic rallying. Imagine throwing a Lancia Delta or Ford Focus RS into the mix. These cars would not only bring nostalgia, but also a broader audience for motorsport enthusiasts. Thirdly, iRacing could promote Rallycross through special events. How about a Rallycross World Championship with big prizes, or a time-limited series that offers unique rewards, like liveries or profile badges? These events could spark interest and bring attention to the discipline. And finally, better onboarding for new players. Tutorials and practice modes specifically designed for Rallycross could make the learning curve less intimidating. Step-by-step guidelines and tips from experienced players would go a long way for welcoming newcomers. So, have I inspired you? Are you now ready to dive into Rallycross? Here's how to get started, folks. Firstly, pick a car. What about the Volkswagen Beetle and Subaru WRX SDI? They are both excellent choices for beginners. Spend time in test sessions to get a feel for the unique handling. Focus on understanding how the car behaves on different surfaces and practice switching between dirt and tarmac. Focus on throttle control. Rallycross is about smooth impulse. Too much gas and you'll spin. Too little and you'll lose momentum. Battling throttle modulation is key to maintaining control and speed through the challenging corners. And we've all heard it, haven't we? Practice, practice, practice. Well, practice your starts. Rallycross races are short, so getting off the line cleanly is crucial. Learn how to manage wheel spin and launch effectively. A good start can set you up for success in the opening laps. And don't forget to practice the Joker lap. Knowing when to take it and how to execute it cleanly can make all the difference. It's a strategic element that can turn the tide of a race in your favour. But what about the sheer enjoyment Rallycross brings to us, the iRacers? There's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush of battling door to door through tight turns and jumps. The mix of surfaces keeps you on your toes, and every race feels like an adventure. It's a playground for those who love high-stakes racing. The unpredictability of Rallycross adds to the excitement. A perfect executed slide through a dirt corner, a bold overtaking manoeuvre, or a last lap Joker strategy can leave you grinning ear to ear. It's these moments that make Rallycross so special. For many iRacers, Rallycross is a refreshing break from the structured nature of other series. It's raw, wild and unfiltered. Whether you're a casual player looking for fun or a competitive racer seeking a new challenge, Rallycross has something to offer. So to sum up, Rallycross might not be the most popular series on iRacing, but it's one of the most thrilling. If you've been hesitant to try it, I encourage you to take the plunge. It's a discipline that rewards persistence and offers a unique challenge unlike anything else on the service. So what do you think? Have you tried Rallycross and iRacing? Do you have a favourite track or a wild story from a dirt and asphalt battle? Let us know on our social media and drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be back in a minute for our second subject on today's podcast. Dre is the audible iRacer's companion. Want to improve your results or get more wins? Download Dre, the digital race engineer. Hit the link in the show notes for a 10% discount. Our second subject on today's podcast, we're going to dive into one of the most gruelling and iconic endurance events on the iRacing calendar. That's coming up very soon in February, the 12 Hours of Bathurst. Mount Panorama, the spiritual home of Australian motorsport, becomes a battleground for teams and drivers across the globe in this iRacing special event. From the thrill of conquering the S's to the heartbreak of a single mistake at the Dipper, the 12 Hours of Bathurst is a rollercoaster ride of endurance racing. The 12 Hours of Bathurst isn't just another endurance race. It's a test of skill, strategy and teamwork on one of the most challenging tracks in the world. Mount Panorama's 6.2 kilometre layout features a mix of tight corners, high-speed straights and unforgiving elevation changes. This isn't just about speed, it's about survival. But what truly sets this race apart is its atmosphere. Bathurst has a mythical quality that new tracks can match. Whether it's a stunning sunrise over the mountain or the roar of GT3 cars echoing through the valley, this event is as much about the experience as it is about the competition. And let's not forget the stakes. The 12 Hours of Bathurst is part of iRacing's special event calendar, meaning it attracts the best of the best. This is your chance to test yourself against the top tier drivers and see if you have what it takes to conquer the mountain. Mount Panorama is notorious for its difficulty. The track's tight and technical sections like the S's and the Dipper demand precision. A single mistake can lead to catastrophic consequences not only for you but for your team. Then there's Conrod Straight, where you'll hit some of the highest speeds in the race. Balancing aggression with caution is crucial here. The slipstream can be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you handle it. But it's not just a track you're battling. Endurance racing at Bathurst is as much about mental stamina as it is about physical skill. Keeping your focus for 12 hours, managing fatigue and staying composed under pressure are challenges that separate the good from the great. Success at the 12 Hours of Bathurst starts long before the green flag drops. A solid strategy is your best weapon against the mountain. First, there's team composition. You'll need drivers who can handle the track's challenges and work seamlessly together. Communication is key. Coordinating pit stops, driver swaps and adjustments on the fly can make or break your race. Then there's car setup. Bathurst's unique layout requires a balance between downforce for the technical sections and top speed for the straights. Fine-tuning your setup to handle both is a delicate art. Finally, don't underestimate the importance of practice. Spend time in test sessions to familiarise yourself with the track and the car. Identify potential trouble spots and work on consistency. At Bathurst, it's not just about being fast, it's about staying out of trouble and staying out of the pits. Endurance racing is a team sport, and that's part of the thrill of bringing you and your buddies together for the 12 hours of Bathurst. A cohesive team can overcome almost any obstacle. With a disorganised one, it will crumble at the first sign of trouble. Effective communication is the cornerstone of teamwork. Use voice chat to relay information about track conditions, fuel levels and strategy updates. Keep your teammates informed and focused. Equally important is trust. You need to trust your teammates to perform their stints without unnecessary risks. Remember, endurance racing is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about surviving to the end, and that requires discipline and cooperation. The 12 Hours of Bathurst has a rich history in iRacing, and there's plenty to learn from past races. Now, I can tell you from my first experience, we had a 17-minute repair and we didn't even get through to the start straight. Because it's a rolling start from just outside the pit area, under the bridge. Somebody slammed on in front, that concertinaed everybody, and at least 12 of us were in the pits with a long repair. One common thread is the importance of patience. Many teams have seen their races ruined by over-aggressive moves or a lack of caution in traffic. Hands up, that was me. Another lesson is adaptability. Things really go accordingly to plan in a 12-hour race. Whether it's unexpected damage, changing weather conditions, or unforeseen incidents, the ability to adapt on the fly is crucial. Finally, never underestimate the power of a positive attitude. Endurance racing can be frustrating at times, but staying composed and focused can turn a bad situation into a successful recovery. So why should you join the 12 Hours of Bathurst, I hear you ask? If you've never participated in the 12 Hours of Bathurst, now's the time to change that. This event isn't just about competition, it's about being part of something bigger. The camaraderie, the shared experience, and the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you cross the finish line are unmatched. And let's be honest, there's nothing quite like tackling the mountain at Panorama at dawn, with the sun rising over the Australian landscape. It's moments like these that make sim racing special. So grab your team, fire up iRacing, and let's take them on the mountain. Whether you're aiming for a podium finish or just hoping to survive the race, the 12 Hours of Bathurst promises an unforgettable experience. Closing thoughts then, folks, for today's podcast. So the 12 Hours of Bathurst is more than just a race. It's a celebration of endurance racing and the spirit of competition. It's a chance to push yourself, bond with your teammates, and experience one of the most iconic tracks in motorsport. So, are you ready to take on the mountain? Let us know your thoughts, plans, or past experience at Bathurst. We'd love to hear your stories and share them with our listeners. As always, thanks for tuning in to the Lone Road iRacers podcast. We're always looking for guests, topics to discuss, and co-hosts. And don't forget, guys, massive thanks. We have surpassed the 7.5k downloads this week. So massive thank you for every listener over the 3 years. Until then, folks, happy iRacing. I'll see you on the track soon.